Hello, Bo. I must be dreaming. Hello, Templar. I thought I'd do a little short stream because I was checking when the last time was. Oh wow, Mog. Wait, I forgot to check. Is my volume working? Okay, it is. It is. It is. Catching Gabby live is like finding the One Piece. It's not that crazy. I've been playing so much Where Winds Meet recently that by accident I kept trying to parry enemies with E in this game. And I keep forgetting the parry in this game is like just attack when the yellow circle goes off. So yeah, I actually died in the open world. I also tried flying for some reason. I'm like heavily brain rotted. Pulling dial in on ZZZ? I don't know. I was thinking about it and it was like, I was thinking to myself, right? If they make the mindscapes on Ye Shun Guang strong enough, I think I'd rather go for dial in on a rerun and then secure like M1, M2 Shu Guang. Ye Shun Guang. Yeah, sorry. I keep getting Ye Shun Guang confused with Yao Guang, who is coming in 4.0 HSR apparently. So it's like, it's kind of brain rot. Her trailer might make me fold, but Zhao is coming. I must stay strong. Isn't Zhao free though? Like the leakers already said Zhao was going to be free. It's like a Miyabi Harumasa situation. I know Zhao's free, but I want copies. Oh, okay, yeah, that's understandable. We still getting Edo Star? Oh, fuck, I forgot to post that leak. Shit, I actually forgot. Yeah. I mean, according to the leaker, it seems like the story doesn't actually change at all. So I don't think the characters change. I don't think the story changed, like the main premise of it. But they said they had to like redesign it. So I'm assuming whatever Edo Star looked like before, they're redesigning it right now to make it look different. Thoughts on Hoyo versus new game? Oh fuck, I forgot to make a video on that too. uh, it was called Vara Spura or something like that, right? Vera Spura. I don't remember. Um, it looked cool and it looked really fluid. Like it feels weird seeing Hoyo use like that high of graphics and not use like the like this type of anime-esque art style. But I don't know. It doesn't look like something I'd be all that interested in, I think. Could be wrong. I thought the same for HSR, and then HSR ended up being the gacha I got the most addicted to. But I don't know. I'm a bit iffy on it. It looks promising if that's like what people are looking for though. Like it looks good for what it is. Just not my taste. Be missing out on views, yeah. I've been very busy the last few days. Like very, very busy. And it was only today that I finally got like good sleep. So I uninstalled Woowa for Where Winds Meet. Yeah, that's understandable. Where Winds Meet does like directly compete against Woowa for what I'm looking for in like the second gotcha game. For like combat and shit. But at the same time, I decided to fold for Kiyuan, so he basically is a Where Winds Meet character, so I'll take it. I'll just keep saving on this account for another vertically invested character, probably. Maybe S2 SK. Doesn't look like it would be gacha. I think it is gacha, though. I feel like any Hoyo game where you have like 3 character slots and you can like rotate into another one, and it seems like they even had like intro skills similar to Woowa. I'm gonna be honest, I do think that it's going to be gacha. I think though. It's not guaranteed. I think Hoyo really likes gacha, man. Like they know it makes them the most money. I could see maybe that one fantasy game, like maybe that one I think might not be gacha, but I think the Veraspuro one will be. Is Constance E1 not that good? I think it's pretty good. From what I've seen, like, oh, voice crack. The most of the time when people are like showcasing how big of a buff Constance is, they're using her E1 like 99% of the time. Like she's still an upgrade at E0, but like the second you go E1, it's pretty strong. I got Chisa and Weapon to have a direction for my pulls on 3.x. Nice. Is this a different account? Where's your Chisa? Okay. So, I don't remember if I made a video on it or not, or if I even talked about it. But whether it was like by a community post or it was like a short mention in a video, I was originally making a new account for Galbrena. So I made a new Woo account. It was originally for Galbrena, but I kind of benched it for a little bit, and then I really liked Hugh Yuan, and I know, right, his main DPS is really scuffed, but I kind of just decided to fold. So I used all the pulls I accumulated on that new account on Q Yuan. And with the excess pulls, because it's a new account, I pulled Shorekeeper. Like you can see over here, I have the starter banner still. Goes away in like 3 days or something. Because getting S6 in this game is easier than getting E6 in HSR. You have to go through like the trials and tribulations of open world exploration versus HSR where it's like very streamlined. But once you do get over that, like the amount of pulls you can get in WoW is actually pretty significant, and it's also easier to get like S6s because you can just buy it, right? Like if you go over here to the shop and you go down, like you can just buy sequences. So technically speaking, like using HSR standards, you only have to go to S4. I hope beta doesn't get delayed again for Shunguang animations. Yeah. I've been waiting for the Shunguang animations this entire time. Sometimes I get recommended posts from like ZZ subreddits, but it's just Bonway mains, and they aren't exactly the happiest. Because apparently he got like last second nerfed, and then he got a very minor buff recently, but it doesn't make up for it. You gonna pull for Cyberpunk collab? Yeah, probably. I want Rebecca. Hello, Everly. I keep checking the Reddit every hour. uh, oh my god, man. Like, okay, I actually have such an issue, bro. I'm so brain rotted from Where Winds Meet. I keep pressing the wrong fucking controls. Like every time. I'm gonna have to get used to this, man. For those who don't know, I've put in like 20 hours, maybe more, for Where Winds Meet in like the last week. So it's pretty disgusting. Have you seen the Edostar BS? Yeah. I'm curious how they'll handle it. These gachas are infinitely inferior to Where Winds Meet. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I can't even like defend them. Where Winds Meet is actually just way better. I mean, you could argue that like the cosmetics, it's like a bajillion times more predatory for the very high end cosmetics, and like you just wouldn't be wrong. But I feel like outside of that, like when you're just looking at it like game versus game, holy shit, man! Like Where Winds Meet is on it's on its own tier basically. Like at first, I was really hating the fact that they time gate the breakthroughs, right? Like the first two breakthroughs, 1 day cooldown. Third breakthrough is a 2 day cooldown. Now we're on the fourth breakthrough, which has a 4 day cooldown. But it kind of makes sense because, for example, I still have like more than half of Kai Feng just not done. Like there is so much shit, like side shit to do in that game, and they genuinely reward you very good for doing the side shit as well. So yeah, it's been very fun. That's why I'm disappointed in them for doing that bullshit with the gotcha skin, but are the cooldowns server wide or account? I believe it's account. I believe it's account. Could be wrong, but I do believe it's account. Is it available on PS5? Yeah, I think so, yeah. I've heard some people complaining about sometimes the game crashes on console, so it sounds like the optimization isn't the best. But yeah, it's on PS5, it's on mobile, and it's on PC. I'm not sure about Xbox. Skipping the wins meat content personally, but it's cool you like it. Seems like a good game. Nothing interesting is happening WoW and HSR anyway. Yeah, it's very fun. It's very fun. I know my audience would prefer me like making more HSR and WoW content, but like WoW content is it just gets so toxic, man. I'm so tired of it. And then HSR, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. This is like I think everybody agrees basically that Constance is good. Like she's not breaking the game, but at the same time, she's also not shit. So it's like there's nothing to say. Like she's actually just good. There's no slander. There's no oh my god, like oh this character's complete in the dumps. Like no. She does a lot for break. Have you done Woo with Story? No. I did like the beginning of it. But no. I mean, I've basically already gotten half the story spoiled anyways from like the entire drama going on right now where people are like making fun of Chisa because waifu bait. Because at some point, I think near the end of the quest, Chisa calls him like senpai or something. I've been playing Dispatch. Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of hype behind that game. I was confused how it worked. Because it seems like you make choices and then your choices like affect the story and it's like pretty interactive, but he didn't quit. I quit making Lua content. But like if I'm chilling on stream and offline, like I still play this game. I have E0S1 My Day and E1S1 Cyrene. Do I pull E1 My Day or E2 Cyrene? I'm gonna be honest. Because E2 Cyrene actually makes her like a good buffer outside of Chrysosairs, I'd prioritize E2 first. Just my opinion. I think E1 My Day is better for specifically My Day though. So like if that's what you want to do, then yeah, just go for My Day. 3 hours? I mean, I haven't actually been playing 3 hours. I logged on this account. I played for a little bit. And then I took a break downstairs to eat for like 1 or 2 hours. So I'm not actually playing that long. Have you seen that Rin came back to HSR? Yeah. I actually originally planned to have a collab with Rin, or Rin planned it, but like a bunch of health issues came up, and so I just decided to back out of it for time being. Like that's why I wasn't streaming, and that's why I didn't originally plan to stream at all. And this is like a pretty short stream in of itself. Like I don't feel the best, but I'm fine. Don't worry. I don't have enough for Dahlia's light cone. I mean, I think you'll be fine. How you feel about ZZZ players dooming about power creep? Because Dial In is better than Lighter and Fufu. From what I saw, I don't think it's that bad. At least for like Fufu niche. Like for example, Yishuan teams. I saw like a video on it, I think, where Dial In was like 10% stronger than Jufufu. It's like, yeah, that's an upgrade, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just too used to HSR. Like maybe that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just too used to HSR, but like 10% upgrade, like it's kind of not that crazy in my opinion. Bonway and Monato still want Fufu. I mean, I can already imagine people saying that like that doesn't really matter because Bonway and Monato are used by like 5% of the player base or something.
Can you keep up?
As someone with E2 Ling Shaw, should I get Dahlia and Fugue to make her main DPS or get Firefly plus Dahlia? Um, I'd just use Ling Shaw as a main DPS. No problem. You need 3 teams everywhere now in endgame? Yeah. Dial in is better than niche stunners like Trigger and Lighter, so they are homeless. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I get it. To be fair, if I remember correctly, when like Jufufu first released, I'm pretty confident I saw reviewers saying that like she isn't a must pull and that most of them wouldn't even recommend pulling her really. So I guess there was already people that were like kind of onto them for not making Fufu like crazy strong, but what if they remove Japanese names of the Edo Star units and translate it to English or Mandarin? I mean, I'm fine with that. I don't care. So long as it doesn't like remove characters or remove the character designs, I'm looking forward to it. I think we'll find out in like a week and a half as well. I think like 9 or 10 days from now, there is going to be a drip market for, I mean, whoever's first, which I think is Yao Guang. If the leakers are to be taken seriously, then Yao Guang would get drip marketed first, and then after it would be Hanabi. Nice cow, Ben. Yai Sakura is the anniversary character? Yeah, it was leaked a while back. I mean, I think most people saw it coming too, though. SPs in like important SPs, I'd say, that will look really hot from like high three. They always end up being like huge main pushes in HSR.
With you. Winds howling. Can you keep up?
I don't think they'll overhaul everything. I think the leaker already clarified that as
For
well.
the win.
Like I remember they said something after where it's like almost everything is staying the same. They're just reworking it to, not cause controversy or cause conflict. So I think the majority of like shit is just going to be untouched, and it's going to be like renames and stuff, and making sure that it doesn't get too crazy.
Onward.
Not gonna lie, I was gonna pull Dial In because one tiny, two, my goal of pulling every stunner. Oh yeah. I think I might have already read that. Did I? I have memory loss. Did we ever get the fuel we needed? No clue. Probably. Four 4.0 drip marketing in 10 days. Ah, I see, yeah, really. Have you looked at Chisa's pet Capybara? I did, since the leaks. I seen it. That's actually like an insane coincidence. Like, I still think about it time to time. It's like, I'm a capybara on like my YouTube channel. And I've had her as like my YouTube banner for over half a year at this point, and I've like hyped her up and shit. And I've saved for her. And then she just has a pet capybara. Like, that's actually goated.
Behold.
You were right about Chisa. She's worse than SK for Zanny, even with weapon. If I remember correctly, they're like equal or something. But yeah, they go like toe to toe. For Cartethia, it's a definitive upgrade with her weapon, but for Zanny, it's still weaker than Spectral Rover. And it's like on the same level as SK basically. Chisa seems bricked. She is bricked. Well, not literally. Like, she doesn't actually like brick your account
Can you keep
or anything, but she doesn't have good pull value. You know what I'm saying? Like, 0 best in slot teams, 1 with her weapon, with Cartethia. And then, I already said this in a community post, I am confident she'll get 1 or 2 more best in slot teams in the next version. But, even then, it's like, will she be worth it over sequence investment? You know what I'm saying? Right? This is something people need to ask themselves a lot, and WUA especially, because you can actually buy sequences with Coral, making it significantly cheaper. If version 3 characters in WUA end up having like Cartethia level sequences, no one's gonna fucking pull Chisa, right? We're gonna end up in like a Phanon situation all over again, where it's like, yeah, just don't go for the horizontal investment, just go for the vertical investment. I originally, like, I was so close to making a video on WUA, despite the fact that I said, like, no more WUA content, because of the amount of misinfo guide makers are doing right now, calling, like, her the next, like, version shorekeeper. But Thunda already made a video where he literally said every fucking point I wanted to say. So I don't even need to say anything anymore. I plan to get S2 cart on rerun. I still have 200 pulls. Should I get Fro plus weapon? Don't have any other Echo scale character. Or gamble, lose 50-50, then save for 3.0. Just do whatever brings you more fun. If you get Fro plus weapon, you'll be good in WeWa for a long time to come, probably. But, then again, you could also just wait for, you know, leaks of 3.0. Because, you know, there's that as well. The 3.0 characters. Okay, Gabby, has gacha games gone really stale for you, or is it still as fun? Um, To be honest, I've never really gotten burnt out. No, I have gotten burnt out, but I've always managed it very well to make sure that like I never permanently leave a game I really like. You know what I'm saying? Like I've taken a break from WoWa I think like 4 times now, and I've taken a break from HSR like 4 or 5 times as well. I just always manage it. If I feel like it's getting stale, then what I'll do is I'll watch anime, I'll watch TV shows, I'll play other games, I'll hang out with my friends or whatever. Like I will still cover content, but like very quick, go over leaks and then move on and give my opinion on stuff. And it makes it very easy for me to enjoy the games. But where winds meet has like really hurt my motivation to play these gotchas. Like it really has. I haven't logged into HSR for like 5 days, by the way. And yeah. What is your final thoughts on Cyrene if you're missing characters? What, like Chrysos Heirs? I mean, it just depends on the DPS you are using Cyrene with. If you are pulling Cyrene for Evernight, I'd say must pull. If you are using Cyrene with Anoxa, I'd say must pull. If you are using Cyrene with My Day, I'd say like I wouldn't say must pull, but I'd say very very highly recommend pulling. However, when it comes to basically everyone else that isn't Mono Remembrance, I say she's like in the middle, and I think it'd just be better for you to invest in new version. Are you looking forward to Arknights Enfield? No, not really. I don't think I'm gonna play Arknights Enfield. I think I'm already caught up with Where Winds Meet, and there's so much content in that game that that's probably what I'm gonna focus on for like actual hard gameplay for a while now. If I ever get bored of Where Winds Meet, then yeah, I'll probably switch. I think I'm burned out on games in general. I've quit old games and anime except playing one HSR account. I think I'm burned out like crazy and I don't know what to do. Well, I wouldn't even play on that one HSR account if I were burnt out.
Step forth.
Like you just need to do whatever it is that helps you like go through your free time. Anything that you find entertaining like movies, TV shows, hanging out with people, just being on your own alone time. Like if you literally can't think or find anything that you know would interest you, then yeah, I mean that's gonna be pretty tough to get over a burnout. I don't know. I've always just watched anime, or I've read manhwa, or I've watched TV shows or movies, or I've played like a lot with the boys whenever I get burnt out from something. And like eventually, I end up coming back and I just feel much more refreshed. Two people in a row saying R34 makes it go away. Nice.
Can you keep up?
Come back to Wizard 101 new Darkmoor update. Oh yeah, I forgot. Wizard 101. Are you gonna make a reaction vid to Shunguang's animations? No. Because then I'd just get fucking slammed by copyright for looking at leaks. A lot of people struggle too much with FOMO to take breaks. It's sad. Yeah, it's understandable.
Onward.
For me, it doesn't matter because it's like, in my mind, I know I can clear endgame in all the games I play. So I really don't care about losing out on like Jades or, you're not actually losing anything out by not instantly doing a main story quest either because it's always going to be saved. So when it comes to HSR, like I have zero issues taking a break from that game. like 0. Same with Wua. I do the exact same thing with Wua. I just take breaks, come back whenever I feel like it, and yeah.
Behold this boy. Stars realign.
Edo Star name change, yeah. Next boss in 3.8, you know, the break boss. Isn't that the? I don't think he's an MOC, no. Is he part of the? I don't think the 3.8 MOC. Oh, you mean Sam? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It has like a swarm infected like Sam thingy, and then it also has Cocolia plus Branya. But it's the what's it called? Oh, what's that endgame mode called in HSR, bro? I already forgot. Anomaly Arbitration. That has the Penacony break boss.
Like bamboo. Onward.
Do you think E2 Phanon will be able to zero cycle the next AA with Break Shell? I think. Yeah.
Can you keep up?
If I remember correctly, I heard that someone already did that. So, it's for sure not impossible or anything. Because, like, if you think about it, Phanon is going against perma 5 targets, and you know what that means for E2 Phanon. Like, until he gets to the final part, in perma 5 targets, it's counter meteor extra turn, counter meteor extra turn, counter meteor extra turn, and it just keeps fucking going. So I imagine Phanon would be completely fine against the break boss.
Winds howling.
What do you even play HSR for? Leaks, meta. It's like the only gacha game I actually take seriously when it comes to clearing endgame, and convenience. That's probably the biggest one, I'm going to be honest. HSR makes it so easy to keep up with the game that I don't have to think twice about it. It's just that easy.
Like bamboo.
I can also play it on my mobile device, which, like, Wua and Where Winds Meet, significantly more difficult to do something like that. You forgot Goon? I mean, Goon kind of applies to, like, most things, though. It's not like just HSR.
Answer my call. Can you keep up?
I'd say ZZZ is probably more of a Gooner game than HSR is. And I don't think anyone would think that's a hot take. Like, everybody would agree with that. Exploration and some puzzles take a while. Yeah, there's a few like that. Do you think Yai Sakura will have a global passive because she's an Annie character? Yeah. That was always my guess. Like, it would be cool if I was proven wrong, but my guess was always anniversary characters. Those are the ones who are going to get global passives. And I actually did believe it when the leaker said that Cyrene would have a global passive, but because she didn't, I'm like even more confident now that it's going to be only anniversary characters. HSR is not Goon at all. I mean, Goon just means like characters and stuff, like how hot they are, to be honest. Like if we're talking about actual story, then yeah, there's legit like no Gooner bait. Trailers don't really have Gooner bait either. How was Currency Wars for you? Oh, that was a lot of fun actually. Yeah. I think I made a few community posts on it. But before I started like taking a break from HSR to play Where Winds Meet, like I was having a shit ton of fun using Aglaia and Currency Wars. It was genuinely like very fun. I'm glad they added it. There's finally like an endgame content where everybody can use like different characters even if they don't own them, and like, you need actual, planning to make it easier on yourself to go through it, because sometimes those mobs will just fucking one shot you at the higher levels. Although I have to say, the worst thing about Currency Wars is it makes playing Divergent Universe for me feel 10 times more boring. Like, I wish it just weekly reset on Currency Wars instead. Do you think the Dahlia will outgun ZZZ? Actually, maybe. I think in terms of like animations and stuff, Dahlia might actually be like more goon than any ZZZ character, because it's in basically everything. Like she herself is like that. It's on her ult. She just moves that way. Like, is it just me or Gabby is the quietest possible? It's just like that, man. There's nothing I can do about it.
Can you keep up?
The software for my headset just completely scuffs my computer for some reason, and it makes my mic start glitching out. So I can't use it to increase the volume of my mic. It just fucks up.
Step forth.
Gabby sounds happy. I mean, I haven't been uploading that much or putting that much effort into my uploads. And I've also finally gotten good sleep for the first time in like 2 or 3 days. So I have more free time and I finally got sleep. Dahlia has serious back issues, yeah. You sound louder on my phone, guess I'll use that. I actually wonder, like, does anyone ever watch me on their PC? I'm so used to watching people on a mobile device. And I've always wondered, like, is there someone that actually sits on a PC and watches streams? Whoops. Wait, what the fuck? What's your ZZZ top 3 goons?
Can you keep up?
I know Ellen is number 1. The problem with ZZZ is I don't play it often enough, and then I forget that certain characters exist. Like, I don't even remember more than half of the character roster. I have an iPad near my PC. You want to know the funniest part, Everly? That's literally exactly what I do. Like, to read chat and like watch videos and stuff, I put my iPad like leaning on the bottom of my monitor, and it's like perfect height too, and it's like 10 times easier to actually read stuff and watch stuff.
Answer my
Doing chemistry work while listening to you in the background, yeah.
stars realign.
ZZZ goons. I mean, if Ye Shun Guang counts, then it would probably be Ye Shun Guang, then Ellen, and then, I don't know, just throw in whoever on the third. There's someone that's like, I think they might be number 3, but I can't think of them right now. What's your fave Wuagoon? Chisa. It used to be Cammy. Camellia. Do you think Dahlia only works with Firefly, or is she good with Rappa or Boot Hill? From what I've seen, she still gives a noticeable buff to both Rappa and Boot Hill. I have to say though, it looks like out of all the break DPSs, the one who gets the least of a jump is Rappa. So Firefly and Boot Hill like get pretty significantly buffed, but Rappa gets the least buffed, I believe.
Like bamboo.
Is an AoE imaginary plant insane for Rappa? I mean, it's still a buff for Rappa, like, don't get me wrong. Like, Rappa gets significantly stronger with Dahlia, but the jump isn't the same as with Boot Hill and Firefly, is what I'm saying. So, she'd probably still be, like, the best for so-called. To be honest, I think the most well-rounded break DPS is Ling Sha. Like, I'm not even trolling, I genuinely think it's Ling Sha, now with Dahlia.
Onward.
I'm also a Rappa owner as well. Yeah, it'll be a big jump. I'd recommend pulling Dahlia if you just use any break at all. Like, you guys need to understand, you don't even necessarily need like a limited break DPS to take advantage of Dahlia. There are like so many showcases at this point that I've seen of HMC DPS at like 5 or 6 cost getting 0 to 1 cycles on legit current MOC. Like, she's just absolutely fucking disgusting, man. Hello, Sark. Is Firefly even worth it if you have Ling Sha? I think I'd only pull Dahlia for Firefly if you already own Firefly. Otherwise, it'd probably just be more worth it to go like vertical investment into Dahlia. Jui, no clue. I am not
Can you keep up?
someone who is up to date with Jui. I know there's this one Twitter person called like Bill Jui or something. That one's probably much more knowledgeable than me. Shelly, my goat. She's funny as fuck. Yeah. I'm pulling E2 Firefly. Wish me luck. Good luck, man. Good luck. E2 Firefly in the big 26 is actually pretty crazy, though. In the infant 26. Are you pulling Prolova weapon? No. Why? Why would I pull Prolova weapon? I don't have Prolova. This is a main DPS queue you want to count.
Like bamboo. Can you keep up? Into the wind.
Are you getting dial in ZZZ? I don't know. I think I already answered that earlier, though. Depends on how strong Yeishun Guang's mindscapes are, and how big of a jump dial in is for Yeishun Guang. Oh yeah, dial in was the third one. Yeah. So it's like first Yeishun Guang, second Ellen, third dial in.
Onward. Winds howling.
But yeah, if Yeishun Guang has like broken enough mindscapes, then I'd probably skip dial in. Otherwise, no. I just pull dial in.
Step forth. Next.
I still can't believe E6S5 Firefly struggles to clear Aquila. I mean, yeah, man. When you can't break, it takes 5 billion years to break the boss. Then you have a few turns where you can break, and then oh, now you can't do damage again when I recover. Like it's just so bad, man.
Onward.
Still E6S5. I mean, it's just normal, man. It really is just normal. Even Acheron, who got buffs in the new version with Cypher, like she needs a disgusting amount of cost to zero cycle AA, if I remember correctly. Actually, I'm curious. Let me check 2 omp right now. How much does Acheron actually need? .7 Aquila. Acheron needs 23 cost to zero cycle. And the cheapest is E6 Acheron, E2 Cypher, E2 Robin, E2 Dan Heng. And then for just clearing full star, the cheapest Acheron team is 15 limited. With E2 Acheron, E2 Silverwolf, E2 Dan Heng, E1 Tribi. At least Acheron can clear Aquila. I mean, yeah, it's because she got buffed by Cypher. She also got buffed by Silverwolf getting buffed. She got buffed by Hyacine Lycone and other shit. And she has no downtime. So, yeah. If Firefly got Dahlia, she'd probably be able to clear AA more easily than Acheron. Which is probably what's going to happen. Like, Firefly is basically low tier Amphorius DPS level. That's how strong she is with Dahlia buffs. For a lot of people, that may not be enough, but you need to keep in mind, I'm using like Amphorius DPSs with Cyrene here. Pre-Cyrene, current Firefly with Dahlia would be like mid Amphorius DPS level, which is like crazy to think about.
Onward. Let's not linger.
On top of this, I've also seen something of like a V3 buff for Dahlia, in which where if you have a fire character if you have a fire character that implants weakness, it does a more toughness reduction. So apparently that was actually a pretty noticeable buff for Firefly. So on her old 6 cause 0 cycle against Hule, I think now she can do like 5, which is insane. Like 5 cause 0 cycle with Firefly is actually like diabolical. Not gonna lie.
Bamboo. Can you keep up?
When she gets buffed, she can even be post Cyrene tier. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell people for a long time now. Like they're like, oh no, you're coping. There's no way Dahlia plus a Firefly buff would make it competitive with like top tier Amphorius teams. But like genuinely, if they give Firefly like the blade buff treatment, then Firefly probably will be like a top contender for either being version 4 team level or high end Amphorius DPS level, which is like a Noxa with Cyrene, like E2 Phanon, Mono Remembrance, Evernight main DPS, that stuff.
Answer my call.
Does toughness damage scale with break effect? I think so, yeah.
Step forth.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not too knowledgeable on break though, because I never pulled break. Never played break. How are people saying Firefly buff plus Dahlia wouldn't be meta when it literally happened with Kafka plus Heistlands? Well, this is kind of different, right? Like, people can't believe that Firefly plus, like, Firefly buff plus Dahlia would make them top tier. One, because of the insane amount of Doom posting around Break. Like, people have just been slandering Break this entire time. So it's like, no, no way, right? But also, imagine a version 2 DPS being like on par with the top 3 teams in Amphorius. Like, it can happen, but this is very, very common, especially in the HSR space. People just can't imagine it for some reason until it happens. Like, every time I give future takes when it comes to, like, break archetype in the future, 4.0 characters probably power creeping mono remembrance, people are like fully in denial. They genuinely can't believe that that's possible because those teams are the strongest currently, and it's hard for them to imagine anything stronger. But it's like, it's Hoyo. It's just gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Onward.
Goldfish analysis, 5 seconds imagination and memory. Yeah. This is common among like gacha players though. Like every single time. When I first started up in HSR and I was talking to people about like power creep and HP inflation and how it's a very worrying trend for the future, everybody at the time was like, "Oh, but it's fine now, right? It's fine now." So, it doesn't matter, like stop whining about it. And then it always ages into something that's much worse, right? Same thing happened to Woo. When I made my videos on the anniversary and like sequence jumps, restrictive teams with negative status, power creep from Cartethia. Like, no one cared. No one cares because the end game is too easy in this game right now, which is understandable, right? But everybody basically can never actually think ahead until something happens. And then it's when something gets so fucking bad that they're finally like, oh, yeah, that happened.
Behold this boy. Winds, howl.
Like, for example,
Keep up.
I remember, I don't know who it was, but like they commented under my video where I was talking about like the 4.0 characters probably being stronger than Mono Remembrance. They're like, oh, there's no way, right? There's no way, and that the Acheron comparison isn't really all that accurate because Mono Remembrance has a full best in slot team.
Onward.
But like, that's the point. It's not like Hoyo's always going to keep repeating
It's not like
everything the same way, but the end goal is basically always the same, which is make new characters stronger. So they will somehow either make the new characters incredibly strong so that they clear better, or they'll make older characters suffer against newer shield content, which makes the newer characters simply clear better. It goes one of two ways, right? But I guarantee you, no matter what, the second 4.0 drops, whether it's like Hanabi, Yao Guang, whoever the fuck's the DPS of that version or patch, they'll be stronger than Mono Remembrance at clearing endgame content. It just doesn't matter. Like, this legit happened with Herda and Aglaya. Herda and Aglaya instantly shat on everybody in version 2. Like, instantly. It wasn't even fucking close. Even with Acheron getting Cypher, she still can't compare to Herda or Aglaya.
it's not
Like, it just doesn't matter. Now, I will say, if you vertically invest into the Mono Remembrance team, I think it's going to take like fucking half a decade before it actually feels like it can't clear. Because they've made vertical investment so goddamn strong at this point that the only way they can make Mono Remembrance feel bad with vertical investment, like good stuff like E1, E2 Cyrene, E2 Cassie, E1 Hyacine, like full S1s, it's damn near impossible. You need to have like 400% power creep within a single fucking version for it to start feeling bad in like 2 or 3 years.
Onward.
Bro forgot AA exists. I mean, if you're going for a full star clear, maybe, but otherwise, like, I think AA is just very doable, man. And once again, with a vertically invested Mono Remembrance team, it would take so long, dude. Like, if it were any other team and you put a lot of vertical investment into them, I'd say, yeah, I could see them falling off, like, mid version for AA. But when it comes to Mono Remembrance, it's just a completely different ball game. You just have way too much good investment. It's disgusting. Plight? Well, yeah, Plight's an entirely different thing. But yeah, probably. The thing is, I think this is what people need to understand. Unless you go out of your way to do this, if you have a Mono Remembrance team, you literally never have to do Plight, right? The reason for this is because of Evernight being the way she is, you can legit separate Cassie and give her Hyacine, and then give Evernight like main DPS on another team with like any action advance or payload whatever, and it's going to clear both, or sorry, two sides.
Let's not linger.
So you only need one other DPS for what's it called, third thing, and you literally never have to do Plight.
Stars realign.
It's relevant to me as top of the meta. Well, here's the thing. Like, when you're talking Plight, and you're talking about, like, being able to clear good at it, like, would you include the highest of vertical investment? Because if I remember correctly, Cassie can actually 0 AV Plight with a full E6S5 team.
Into the wind.
Yeah,
Let's
like 0 AV. Like they need to do like quintuple HP inflation, maybe like even way more than that, to actually make the fully invested Mono Remembrance team not clear Plight.
onward.
What investment do you think is better for this comp? Cyrene, E0S1 Cass, E1 Evernight, E1 Tribi, E0S0 Hyacine? Hmm. Damn. I don't know.
Let's not linger.
They're both like kind of mid, to be honest. I'd say if you can use Tribi on another team, especially since it's E1 Tribi, like I'd rather pull Cyrene instead of Hyacine's Lycone. I will say though,
Can you keep up?
there's also the possibility of E1 Hyacine. I think E1 Hyacine may actually be like pretty disgusting with Tribi because of constant follow-ups and shit in Evernight. Why is the LC mid? I mean, Hyacine's Lycone isn't necessarily mid, but it gives 18% vulnerability and a little HP drain, and it slightly increases Hyocine's damage. The thing is, Tribi already gives, I believe, 30% vulnerability, and then Evernight gives like 30 or 40% vulnerability too. So adding 18% vulnerability, it's so goddamn saturated. The jump would be very minimal. It's nowhere near what it should be. So it would be better to get you on Hyosine.
Winds howling.
Oh yeah, just like I mentioned earlier though, something you can do if you want to do this in the future, especially if you pull Cyrene and you have an E1 Tribi, you can then just run Evernight and Cassie separate. So I think that's one advantage that pulling Cyrene has over something like E1 Hyosine or S1 Hyosine. You're able to run like different DPSs for Cassie and Evernight. Are you waiting for kit leaks? Not really. I'm just chilling, man. I want to do a quick stream of talk with you guys for a bit. Because last one was like, I think 3 weeks ago or something. Is vulnerability saturated by enemy effects? I'm not sure. Do we have any info on Ye Guang at all? She's a special physical attribute Void Hunter. And that's basically it. And she's an attacking unit. But if you mean like animations and like kit, nah, she's not in beta right now. No, nobody really knows anything.
Mandate calls. Judgment falls.
Did anyone ever see a showcase of 3 Hyosine LCs for Evernight? I did. Like a few weeks back. I got it randomly recommended. I don't remember it though. It was with an E2 Evernight as well.
Step forth.
Was it good? Yeah. Like, I couldn't count the amount of times that she actually did her Memo Sprite explosion with like, what's it called? Near 100 or 100 Memoria. Like, it was a lot. It's not really worth it in my opinion though. Because I think E1, E2 Cyrene probably beats it out, but
Can you
still,
keep up?
pretty strong. Or like E1 Hyosine. Is the free Labubu and ZZZ any good? She's a generalist, yeah. She's like a Ruan Mei, basically. She works for almost everything. She buffs every single like specific attribute in ZZZ. Long time no see. I touched grass, but back to gotcha hell now. I missed you. I missed you too, Koro. Nice to see you here. Glad to hear you touch grass though. That's something very rare. Top 1% achievement. They gave out a free Ruan Mei. I mean, that's like the best TLDR I could use for like what Zhao does. She's just a very strong generalist buffer. Which is really cool that they're making a character like that free. Like, genuinely. Making generalist characters free is like the best thing you could possibly do, in my opinion. Does Gabby have the highest percentage of grass touchers in the gacha space? Probably not. I think I'm just gonna wait for Rebecca on this Woola account, gonna be honest. I gotta just wait for Rebecca. I don't think I'm... Okay. Well, I guess we're getting drip markets soon in beta soon for the 3.0 character, so maybe I change my mind, but for right now, I'm literally only interested in Rebecca. E2 Siren or E2 Cast for the Remembrance team? I just got stun locked. Probably E2 Cassie if you want to play Mono Remembrance. I was running it through my head, and I realized that I think E2 Siren with Evernight main DPS might be stronger than like E2 Cassie with E0 Siren, but I digress. And I understand not everybody wants to split up their characters, so.
Behold this blade. Can you keep up?
Rebecca from Edge Runners is coming to Wua? Yeah. Well, with the last leak we had about the collab, it was that Lucy and Rebecca would be part of the Cyberpunk collab. Like, those are the two characters. And they're probably both limited.
Behold this blade.
Did you not pull Chisa? I assume that would be the type of character you like. No, I did, but I lost the 50-50. So yeah, unfortunate. This is a completely separate account that I made for QU on. Do you finally make a community Discord or you still don't use Discord? I still don't use Discord. Especially recently, I'm even more busy than I used to be, so.
Answer my call.
I think I'll just get S3 cart over trying to get Chisa now too. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's the pull value guy in me, the guy who makes guides about pull value coming out. I was so close to making a video on Chisa because like the main point I wanted to get across to people is that yes, she's technically like an upgrade at 2 limited, but Cartethia sequences are so fucking disgusting. And I'll be so sad if anyone gets fooled by these guide makers into pulling for Chisa instead of cart sequences. Like, it's so... Oh my god. It just hurts to think about, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine seeing a Phanon, like a Phanon guy, instead of going for E2, they instead go for like E1 S1 Dan Heng. Oh my fucking goodness, man. Yeah, GTA 6 before Gabby Goon Cave, yeah. Yeah, like, it's completely fine to pull Chisa if it's just a character you like. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chisa is hot as fuck. My favorite Wuwa character in that aspect, but
Onward.
it's just pull value, right? If you don't care about meta, pull whoever you want. You really don't need to care about meta in Wuwa. I'm not going to go as far as to say, like, power creep doesn't exist, like a lot of people say. Like, they're fucking delusional. But you don't need the newest characters with, like, crazy investment to clear, like, TOA or Weewa, so. How did that not kill him? What the fuck? Wu was good with reruns, so I'm not in a rush to get Chisa. Yeah. Wait, actually, I remember the banner placements for 3.0 were leaked.
Can you keep up?
E6Q's breakthrough. Who was rerunning it? It was Cartethia and someone else, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Koro, I agree.
Onward.
You know what would be funny though? Like this applies to me too, because I struggle with like some of the newest holograms in this game. If they suddenly like made a third endgame where you used holograms, bro, 99% of this game's player base would be filtered. That's not an exaggeration either. Like those high level holograms that basically one shot you, everybody is complaining about that shit on social media. That would be crazy to see. Cart will be in 3.0? Yeah, probably.
Into the wind.
Sequence investment. It's actually so insane, man. Like, cart sequences are. Ah, fuck the favoritism, man. Shit. Like, imagine QU1 with Cartethia sequences. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. I nearly busted at the thought of it.
Can you keep up?
Hello, Shanks. Streets are saying Shanks is a fraud.
Stars realign.
Mihawk got his title back. I complain too because I think they don't teach you the boss mechanics well enough up to some level. It's crazy easy and then it jumps to one-shotting you with nothing in between. Oh, 100%. Like some of them have invincibility phases as well, which I find kind of annoying. Like some of the new ones, you literally just won't be able to do damage or they'll enter like some random ass phase and it's like you need to do this entire cutscene of attacks and like make it through it for like 20 or 30 seconds. Whenever I look at Q1 animations, I said, damn, that's a DPS. Yeah, everybody thought that. Technically, you can make him work as a main DPS, and it can be decently strong, but, like, he's still far, far behind the actual main DPSs.
Let's not linger.
He was unaffected from Emu's hockey in God Valley. True, true. Figureland is 100% a fraud, though.
Off with you.
I want Cartethia M2. Bro, everybody wants Cartethia M2. It's just so dumb. It's actually so dumb. Oh my god. I actually wonder what the sequence jumps will look like in version 3 WoW. I am curious. Like, will they increase it and like by how much? I'm always so like focused on the future of these games, man. Like it's all I can think about. Then the second it comes, it's like, oh, cool.
Let's
Like, what are they gonna do in the future again? I keep thinking about the future.
go. Onward.
They're gonna be so disgusting, yeah. I'm kind of curious whether or not they'll balance out sequence versus teammate investment. Like, will Cartethia plus Chacona be a normal thing going forward for like any DPS in version 3, like jump wise, because of the fact that sequences are so strong? Or are they just gonna keep making sequences stronger without making best in slot teammates stronger?
Into the wind.
Wu was so weird to me. I can't use my HSR logic when it comes to predicting Wu character power levels. Like, they're so weird and just jumping around everywhere. It's not as predictable. Yeah, Shanks. Feign on route or remembrance route. True, true. I wish HSR did a shakeup in 4.x. How? Less predictability? I mean, they probably will. Like, I don't think anyone can deny that. I think with Elation being what it is, they probably will just pull whatever bullshit.
Like bamboo. Can you keep up?
Cart S1 plus 2 copies from shop. Chacona pull value wise in 3.0 for me. Oh, 100%, yeah. HP locking would be fantastic. I'm not a fan of that, bro. I don't know. HSR is like, they have so much, how should I say, like potential, right? Like Megumi from JJK potential. When it comes to making mechanics that make boss fights actually feel interactive, but they always shill it so bad, I think is the issue. Like they make it so hard for older characters to accomplish what the newer characters do, and it just makes people feel really off about it. Like they just don't want new mechanics because they know it's gonna be some bullshit.
Step forward.
Now that I think about it, Chisa ain't our only schoolgirl. What in Wuwa? I don't know. Oh wait, in Wuwa it's the gallery. Yeah.
Moon cycles. The divinity may foresee that today will be a fine day.
I don't think anybody here is a schoolgirl. Zhang Liao's a scholar type of guy. Yeah, but I don't think Zhang Liao's in school. Like the only one who's actually like, a schoolgirl outfit or whatever is like Chisa.
Scissors at the ready.
Alto?
Nice pick. You won't regret choosing Alto's service.
Encore is doing homework in the latest quest. Oh.
Time for another adventure?
He's a teacher? Oh.
Can you keep up?
Chisa ain't in school either? Oh yeah, I know. I'd already known from leaks anyways. Like, way before Chisa came out in the Fractured Shores Discord, there's like leakers that chill in there sometimes. They just leak shit whenever they feel like it. And one of them was like saying that Chisa isn't actually a schoolgirl. She's like way older.
Onward.
Do you want his fun of play? Oh, 100%. Rover about to become a schoolgirl with their new skin. Oh yeah, I remember that. It was like a leaked collab thingy. I don't remember. It included the 3.0 characters too, I think. I hope they make Rebecca a DPS. I don't think they will, and I think I'm like gonna let my hopes down because of this. But like, I really hope they make Rebecca a main DPS. I might just save my pulls on this account until the Cyberpunk collab comes around, so I can get like an S2 Rebecca or something, and then get her best in slot teammates. Jesus fun to play too, but damn, that lack of damage fucked her up. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people saying they really enjoy how Chisa plays. They just don't enjoy how fucked she got when it comes to damage output. And just supporting her niche in the first place. Like, it's still underwhelming.
Like bamboo.
Just spend 1K? True, true. Actually true.
Into the wind.
Have you played Soulsborne games? Nope. Never in my life. I've always been a big free-to-play game guy. Like, my entire life. Because I always thought to myself, like, what's the point of spending, like, $60 on a solo player game? Well, fucking $80 to $100 these days where I live. To only play the game for, like, probably a week. And then finish it and drop it. I have a cheap mindset. So like a game like Where Winds Meet, it being free to play and having the amount of solo player content it has is the absolute fucking jackpot for me. Gotta see you're playing WoW again? Thanks. She's Kart's teammate. Of course they can't make her too strong. I mean, I don't really think this is an argument though, because it's like Kart sequences are right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kart sequences are so, like, out of this world broken, where it's like, you are just losing out on so much by going for her sequences instead of Chisa. I don't know. Or, sorry, going for Chisa instead of her sequences. Have you been well? Yeah, I'm doing good.
Into the wind.
Understandable, Kratos. Do you think it's irrational to say that gacha games should give you enough currency for at least one limited character per patch? No. I don't think that's irrational. I guess it depends on the release schedule too. Like for a lot of games, if they only released one limited character per patch, and they gave you like using HSR Genshin standards 160 pulls, then only whales would spend. Like even then though, I'd love that, right? Like in an ideal world. But when it comes to something just a little more realistic, I do think it's completely fine to give enough pulls for one character if you're doing 2 character releases every single patch, at least often. 100%. HSR, ZZ, and Wua? Yeah, yeah. No weapons, no sequences included? Yeah, that's why. That's why I think it's fine. Because, like, here's the thing. A lot of people like to think, oh, like, these gacha games, there's no way they can make money if they give you enough pulls to guarantee a character every single patch. But the thing is, the goalpost always shifts, right? Those looking for a more premium, a more easy experience, it goes from, oh, I hope I can get this character and win the 50-50, to, oh, I have enough pulls to guarantee an entire character. I might go for their sequences. I might go for their weapon then. I might go for their best in slot teammates. Like, people can never have enough, right? It's basically just greed, to put it shortly. Like, people always want more. So I think they'd still make a lot of money nonetheless, even if they like very much increase the poll income.
Answer my call.
If anyone wants to make a new account and like also grind for new characters, like you can do that as well. Like I was going over this earlier in the stream. This account is still on the starter banner, right? This is a very recent account I made. Has a little over 10 pulls, around 15 pulls here. There's another 13 pulls here, so basically like 30 pulls, right? And this account, in that short amount of time,
Your call.
was able to go for an S6 Kyuan with his weapon and an S1 Shorekeeper. So,
Behold this blade. Onward.
what's the point of the starter weapon banner? It's just starter weapon banner and starter character banner. But I already used the starter on SK. Starter weapon banner, most people I guess just use it on Yinlin's weapon, but I don't think Yinlin's weapon has like incredible value, to be honest. Not these days. Because signature weapon jumps are just so much larger.
Mandate calls. Judgment falls.
This game doesn't have enough currency to grind for an S6, right? No, it does. It does. Because Wuwa, like technically speaking, Wuwa has way less like time to develop and stuff like as compared to something like HSR. But Wuwa's, for one, Wuwa's average pull income is like a little higher than HSR's, right? Just a little bit. On top of this, the pulls you get from opening chests in this game is also higher than HSR's. And on top of this, they have guaranteed weapon banner and their hard pity is 10 less. So to hit a 5-star on average, you're using 10 less pulls every single time. So in this game, it's much, much easier to go like all the way to S6 or whatever, especially on a new account as compared to something like HSR. But there's, as of course, you need to put in way more time, in my opinion, to complete the open world exploration in this game as compared to HSR, right? Septimont, 78%, 100% over here, 86%, 67, 67, 76, 100, 91, 67, 71. And then over here, I think I have everything 100. So, yeah. Stop the meme. I hate it so much. I'm gonna die because of the joke. Sorry, guys. Unsubbed, yeah. But like, for example, if you wanted to go for a Cartethia, unlike me who went for like S6 Yuan, how much limited is this actually? So S6 Yuan is 7, 8 from weapon, and then 10 from SK. So a total of 10 limited. That could get you a S0R1 Cartethia with Chacona, S0R1 with Arrow Rover team, and then a second team with like Prolova, Qyuan, and Canarella. And that's really fast for a new player, by the way. That's with starter banner. So
Can you keep up?
I got like 250 pulls done, and I'm almost out of currency after 100%. Yeah, but this is also including like events and other stuff too. Like there's more events, achievements. I also did a little bit of endgame as well. Oh wait, you guys actually can't see because Wuwa has like a weird pull history thing. Let me see. So, no. So I got Qyuan 14 pulls ago. Wait 1 second. Close this and close this. Okay. Yeah, now you guys can see it. So I got Qyuan 14, 15 pulls ago. I lost to Verena, right? Like I went all the way again, and then I lost to Verena over here. Then got a QU on. Yeah. uh, shh. Okay. And yeah. uh, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4 QU1s within like 20 pulls.
Can you keep up?
Yeah, that's normal. Trust, guys. I mean, it's completely normal, right? It's completely normal. Keep in mind, though, right? I did spend for S1 SK. I also spent on this weapon banner stupidly, and I don't even think it's going to carry over. So I legit just lost like 10 pity on this thing. And yeah. So nonetheless, I still think, even with average luck, I probably could have gotten like S3, actually no, like S4, S5 QU1. I probably would have been like one off S6 or something.
Step forward. Behold this boy. Can you keep up?
God has some favorites. I mean, as of recent in Gacha, I've been really lucky, yeah. To be fair, though, you guys need to understand, on my old HSR accounts, I went on a, I believe, 8 or 9 50-50 loss streak. I then won. Then I went on like a 6 50-50 loss streak. Won. And then I went on like another 4 or 5 50-50 loss streak. So I had insane loss streaks on HSR on one of my accounts. And it's only now that I finally gotten lucky like a year later on a lot of my gacha accounts. Wuwa though, I'm gonna be honest, all my new Wuwa accounts are lucky as shit. I don't know what it is, but Wuwa's been treating me right. I've been incredibly lucky on my main Wuwa account. That account got S2 SK in I believe 30 or 40 pulls. I got an early Augusta. I got an early Phoebe. I got an early Phoebe weapon. And yeah, I've gotten a lot.
Behold this boy.
Our streamer is getting delusional. I lost 3 50-50s in Wuwa so far, and there are 3 reruns I want to pick up in 3.0. Damn. Yep, that's a tough task. That's a tough task. Now, the one thing is, though, I need to get my level up as quick as possible. Like, I really want to get my level up so I can start clearing endgame a little more. And I like most of my characters are unbuilt. This Mortefi was legit level 0 until today.
Experiments underway.
So started leveling the guy up, but look at these echoes, bro. It's trash. Also is an S6, but like it doesn't matter. I still don't know what I'm gonna do for a second team on this account actually.
Your call. I'm ready.
Do I just run like main DPS Havoc Rover and then do the cheese Yohu strat for Wiwa? I might do that. The cheese Yohu strat, if I remember correctly, just needs Yohu and Verena, so. Rumors say Fusion Rover will be a DPS on release. We'll see how that goes. I finally have an excuse to use Yohu too. I've literally never used this character in my history of playing this game. Never been touched, never been leveled, never nothing.
Onward.
I saw a solo Yohu clear Wiwa. Jeez, man. Man, abusing. I know, like, the Wiwa does regret making the Plunderer token. And there's no way they can get rid of it without it looking like they're just trying to stop people from clearing Wiwa well. Hey, I'm not complaining, though. I am not complaining. I need to buy a new mouse. Especially now that it's Black Friday and there's Black Friday deals. My scroll wheel's broken. That shit pisses me off in Fortnite. They can just make another set of purple tokens and boom. Yeah, but I don't think they'll do that. Because Plunderer is part of like the permanent tokens or whatever in Wiwa. I think they're called permanent though. I lost 6 50/50s back to back. Yeah. It fucking sucks, bro. I hate 50/50s. Like, they should just be abolished from gachas. That's no exaggeration. They just shouldn't exist. I think everybody could agree on this except for like a few gacha addicts. It's so annoying knowing that you spent an entire patch, which is like a month and a half, playing a game, supporting a game, farming, doing exploration, and you don't get a limited character. You just lose to some standard. That fucking sucks, man.
Answer my call. Behold.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think my Wuwa account has lost its last two 50/50s. One with Augusta and one with Chisa. I'd rather go 100 pulls for a guaranteed limited. I think the exact same way, Koro. I think the exact same fucking way. The lucky people, and keep in mind, I've been really lucky with this account specifically. Like, they'll think otherwise, but man, it'd be so much better. Especially, you need to consider, in Wuwa, the average pulls per patch, like when you average it all out, is around 100. So if it was 100 pulls for a guaranteed limited, everyone, if they actually played the game, would be able to get a limited character no matter what, every single patch. That sounds phenomenal, bro. That sounds so good. I think I broke my keyboard by overusing it again. Keeps double button pressing. Oh, that sucks. I get that sometimes as well, but it's not because it's broken. It's because I'm using a Hall Effect keyboard. So I have it on like such a low actuation point, or sometimes like I hover my finger on it and it'll double press. Losing to standards wouldn't be bad if it was updated like other gachas. Although that has other issues, yeah. I mean, ZZZ is doing this. I never expected Hoyo would do something like this, man. They're actually buffing their standard characters. They're buffing Soldier 11 to make her, like, stronger. Like, that's crazy to me, bro. And I seen the buffs as well. Like, they are significant. If I remember correctly, like a guide maker made a video on it. They're like 30 to 40% like damage jumps. They're buffing Grace as well. Oh yeah, true. I forgot. Yeah. Like, that's just crazy, bro.
Can you keep up?
It's because Hoyo's only launching ZZZ. The devs of the game are not part of the main company. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, that explains a lot then. Yeah, ZZZ seems like so different from the rest of like the Hoyo player base. Not necessarily when it comes to like art style, or technically yeah, but like even then they have connections. Like one of the Void Hunters is very clearly Cyrene inspired or Alicia inspired, but they just feel so different. Like the way they treat the game, the way they do feedback, the way they do buffs. It's kind of crazy. ZZZ's desperate free Zao. I mean, it's kind of the same thing they did with Harumasa and Miyabi. Like, it's literally the same thing. Both of their banners ran the entire time, and one was free. And they're doing the exact same thing with Zhao, because they want people to focus on pulling Yeshun Guang. Because that's like the main one. Genshin's buffing too. They buffed 4 stars? Or they buff 4 stars? Damn. I don't know why HSR is like the most scummy when it comes to buffs. It doesn't really make sense to me. Or like buffing 4 stars, buffing old standards. It's kind of sad. By the way, I'm only saying this because of my bias towards Welt. Welt's like super fucking cool. I wish he was actually good so I could use him. Razor is now a better DPS than Raiden? Bro, are you serious? The last time I logged into Genshin, it was to pull Raiden Sig. Oh, fuck, man. I mean, to be fair, in my opinion, HSR does kind of make up for it with the sheer amount of free limited 5 stars they've been giving recently. But at the same time, you know, why not both, right? Like, why not both? Is that too greedy? Genshit power creep in the house? Bro, Genshit power creep doesn't even compare to HSR power creep. I feel like anyone who plays HSR and can, like, live through the faults of the game's power creep can live through the power creep of pretty much any other mainstream game. Like, it all feels numb, right? All feels numb.
Can you keep up?
Genshin, you can still use 1.0 units even though the scums give 50 pulls per patch. Yeah. I think that's something I've noticed too. Like, for some reason, like, it's two cheeks of the same ass. But whenever I'm scrolling on Twitter to Goon, I sometimes get recommended, like, Gacha War shit. And I think most recently, instead of, like, Wua versus other games, it's been Hoyo versus Genshin. Like, going at it on Twitter. And, bro, Genshin players absolutely hate the idea of vertical investment. Like, going into constellations and shit. Like, you bring up E1 Tribi on HSR, and man, the reaction you will receive is absolutely insane. Because they're so used to getting like 60 pulls a patch compared to HSR's average, I think, of like 100 plus. They can't fathom going into vertical investment for teams, bro. Like, they think it's crazy.
Onward.
ZZZ has worse power creep than HSR? Really? I mean, that might actually be possible. I remember Ellen, before the buffs, was in such a fucking weak state compared to Miyabi. It was crazy. But I don't remember, like, certain percentages. But even then, I just don't think it's the same, actually, no. Like, if you compare a Phanon to a Seal, A Phaedon is probably clearing like 10 times better than a Seal is. Unless you have some gimmick boss where Seal can activate Resurgence like a bajillion times.
Can you keep up?
I can't clear a weekly boss without a freeze character because it just one-shots you. Damn. She's getting another set of buffs. Yeah, Ellen's getting another set of buffs. Alongside, like, Grace. I think Bernice was one of them, too. The Soldier 11. All that shit. Ellen is like the poster girl of ZZZ. So I guess they really like buffing her because they know, like, people still use her, I guess. Like, nonetheless, because they find her really hot. Based. Yeah, some of them have new animations, true. I think Genshin's pulls per patch with one new character is better than HSR's / WoW's 100 pulls per patch with 2 new characters. I mean, yeah, I don't disagree. Yeah, I've already ran the numbers for this actually, and I made a video on it a while back. But because of Genshin releasing one new character, like if you do pulls per character release, Genshin usually ends up winning over like even WoW, HSR, and like the other games.
Into the wind.
But still, like a lot of people don't really have issues skipping. So if you're someone who doesn't have issues skipping characters, technically speaking, the way HSR does stuff and the way WoW does stuff and like these other games, it's technically better for you because it just makes it easier to get more pulls for some characters you like. Like, for example, this account has S6Q Yuan, and I did get incredibly lucky, but like, on average, an S6 in this game, if I had to guess, would probably be around like 450, 500 pulls with average luck because of the 10 less hard pity and being able to buy 2 sequences. But, in Genshin, it would take way more pulls, and on top of that, they have the worst weapon banner, and on top of that, they get way less pulls. Like, I imagine it'd take a very, very long time to get the pulls for like a C6 character in Genshin. Also, Genshin has like the most treacherous exploration. Like, you get the least amount of currency from chests while also having the slowest exploration possible, which is like kind of insane. You need to be a champ, is all I'm gonna say. Like, you really need to be into Genshin to like have fun going on a crazy grind for something like that.
Behold this boy. Can you keep up?
How did you get S6 so easy? Earlier in the stream, I showed that I got 4 QU wands within 20 pulls. Genshin needs a skip button ASAP. It's too fucking slow. Oh yeah, Genshin doesn't have a skip button. I completely forgot about that because HSR has one and ZZZ does too. It's actually crazy that Genshin doesn't have a skip button. That's the game where I hate the yap the most, personally. Hello, Koichi. Alright, guys. My throat's hurting. I need to go do some stuff. It's also starting to be early morning. I gotta go somewhere. Thank you all for stopping by. It's a short stream. Don't expect these to come by often at all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Good luck on any polls, whatever game you play, and